What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about that PS5 or PlayStation Remake, the news story that was going on yesterday. I didn't cover it right away. Obviously, we did the Battlefield live stream instead yesterday, but I still wanted to talk about it because it's a pretty meaty thing, and it's actually pretty funny because I believe this literally happened over like a radio show. Like this was inadvertently leaked through like a radio, podcast kind of thing, and it's very odd that we get it. It's from the singer. So I guess if you guys did not see the stuff yet, basically, so there's a lot of words here that I do, including like names of people that I do not know how to say. So, forgive me if I get this stuff wrong. But basically, there was this folk singer, and her name is Ieba, and I don't know if I'm saying that right. And basically, how the story goes is she said, this is her like word for word. I just recently wrote a song for a PlayStation game with Michael McGlynn. She stated that actually happened about a year and a half ago. It was just as the blank hit. Michael got in touch and just said, listen, we're writing music for a remake of a PlayStation game, and he does that a lot, and he's done a lot of writing for different games that are very well known, but I'm not actually much of a gamer myself. So he said, look, it's an Irish language piece that we're looking for, so really what I was involved with was the lyric writing with the in the Irish language, and his daughter sang on the track, and his wife arranged parts of the choral parts, and so did Michael. And he also worked with me on the language side of things, so it was almost like a family effort. For ages, I wasn't really, I wasn't allowed to really, you don't know what you're writing for. It's kind of undisclosed because they don't want it to get out. It's actually going to be announced at Christmas, the name of the game. I have heard of it now, and I've been told and confirmed it is a big game, which is great. So it's going to be an Irish language piece in the game, which is brilliant. And then, Video Game Chronicles goes on to talk about that it could be Xenogears because basically, the person she's talking about that she recorded this stuff with, him and his family, there was a picture of him, his daughter, and they were working on music with the composer who has worked on like Chrono, Xenogear, Shadow Hearts franchises, etc. So, you have that crossover, but even, Video Game Chronicles goes on to say he works on multiple things, and even she was kind of smart enough to say in the interview, right, that like she knows that he's done a lot of different things. So the talk around the internet is Xenogear. Okay, that seems to be what people, because of that picture. Now, here's the thing, though. Well, there is a couple different aspects of this. Number one, would you consider Xenogears to be a big, kind of a remake, bringing the game back? Well, I don't have much of an opinion on Xenogears. That's the first thing I should probably say. I know literally nothing about the game. I did watch a little bit of gameplay of it before I, recorded the video, and it looks good, and I would love, and, those kind of games I think are always going to be good for a lot of different people, and I'd love to see them, brought back. But the thing that I want to make clear, too, because I try to see all sides, or most sides, for a lot of things I talk about. The interesting thing, okay, that I noticed is when she says, she's not a gamer. She probably doesn't know games at all, right? She was told that it was big. And she was told from this guy, right, this Michael, who has worked on, all of this stuff before, so, or like, different kinds of things. So she literally could have just been said, yeah, this is like a bigger game. Like, that's just what, and like, Xenogears. So when you think of a big thing, I know some people are jumping to Metal Gear because I believe they said the first song is an Irish language piece, and that's actually the only song that's like that in Metal Gear. So maybe it's a Metal Gear remake, which would be considered, in my opinion, a very big, remake, right? But at the same time, again, like the context is odd because all she could have been said is like, yeah, it's, it's not an indie thing. Like this is a bigger size game. But that doesn't mean it's Metal Gear. That doesn't mean it's Xenogear. It could literally be, it could be anything. You know what I mean? So it leaves it up for that it's not exactly, we're not exactly sure, what it could be. The other, obviously, big part to it is she talks about, Christmas. Now, she said Christmas, like specifically Christmas, which is pretty odd because no game is going to, I don't believe, no game is going to be announced on Christmas Day. That's to my knowledge, that's never happened. Nobody's working that day across the world. There's no news cycle that day in the entertainment industry, except maybe movies. I mean, you've had movies released on Christmas, so there's a little bit but for the most part, honestly, gaming, there's like zero. There's absolutely zero. So I think she means December, like holiday time. And again, that leaves it up for interpretation. Does that mean the Game Awards? I think that's very likely. Or does that mean a PlayStation Experience thing? You know, I want a PlayStation Experience more than I want a lot of things in life, right? I want it brought back. I never got to go to one. I would like to go to one in some, at some point in my life. I want them to do it. But I don't know. I feel like it's too late. Like, we're here again in October, and like you're gonna announce a PlayStation Experience, like an in-person event, 2 months away. I just don't. Maybe they can, and I'd love to be proved wrong here. I'd love for them to do it, but I just don't see how that's gonna happen. So again, a little bit of an open-ended kind of thing where we can kind of read into it. I don't think it actually means Christmas Day. I think it means December, and then if there is no PlayStation Experience, it has to mean. To me, okay, well, they could do it on their own, and I'm sure they could, but what we have seen from Jeff Keighley's Game Awards is these kind of things do very well fit there. And he also, as we know from Jeff Keighley, right, in the Game Awards, he doesn't like to lean it too much on one side. So we know from rumors, I guess, that Xbox is looking to make a big splash of the Game Awards. They want a big announcement. Well, Jeff Keighley likes to pretty much be fair with these things. So you would have to imagine, Sony gets one too. In a big, like say a Metal Gear remake, that would be a big, again, Xenogear is fine. I don't have anything against it. It would be my first chance to try it and to experience it, which I would never say no to. But it's just, it's going to be interesting. So I don't know what everybody else has said online besides the Xenogear thing. I'm looking forward to, whatever they want. I would like to know who's the remake team. Is it the second Blue Point game, or is it another team that we don't even know about? I'd love to know. So that's going to be really cool. But this is as confirmed, as it gets. Now, again, the level of how big the game is, if it's like a middle tier game, I think we can call it that was the one she's talking about. You know what I mean? Especially if it's announced, in December at the Game Awards. So I think, again, there's a little bit of a gray area there. But the girl, she made the song. The woman made the song. So, it's definitely going to happen. We just have to kind of wait. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on. We're pushing for 5,000 subscribers, and we're doing really, really good. So if you guys have not subscribed yet, please do. I'll be pushing it, a little bit more over the next couple months. I want to hit it by New Year's, hopefully. I do a brand new video on this channel every single day, and so I hope to see you guys for tomorrow's video.